All right, so you have your outer portion, your lining fabric, and your pocket fabric. So these have all been turned under twice and pressed, and now I'm going to sew them. So just kind of in the middle, I use a 7.0 stitch to make sure I catch all the folds in there. That none of this is precision piecing. Okay, once that's done, then we're going to match them up. The lining, the outer fabric, right sides together, and we're going to sew on the long curve, just the long curve. So this is how it's done. You try and back tack a little bit on these pieces because they're going to take a little bit of wear when you're putting them together. Try to line them up. All right, so now we've got all our parts ready to assemble. Important, you start with your lining fabric, the non-pretty. That's not going to show much. Facing up towards you. Your pocket facing up towards you again. And you're going to match the seam as best you can, holding it there. You can clip it or pin it because you probably don't have clips. Notice how the pocket is smaller. It doesn't meet at the ends. That's so you can slip your stuff in. Now, your outer fabric, which is the pretty, right sides facing, which obviously is important. And then you clip these together. Clip it here so that you can kind of see that it might need to be stretched a little bit if your cutting was a little off. Where your pocket is, clip that too. And here. All right, so you're going to clip and sew all along here. Same with this. Match up the seams, clip or pin, sew all along there. Leave these sections open. All right, so this is what it's going to look like when you're getting ready to sew it. So it's all ready to go. So you're going to sew, back tack on both ends, sew, back tack on both ends. Then when you're done that, you have your wire that I've taken. It's a 4-inch wire that I put a little bit of duct tape on there, and hopefully not too much. I've sewn the 1/2-inch strip, 5 inches, right along the edge here, and then another to make the casing right there. So hopefully it will fit in there and not give me too much trouble. If not, sometimes I go from the other end to see if I can get it going. All right, so here we got our casing ready to go. Kind of center it a little bit so that you have equal amounts on either side. And then you're going to stitch just a little tacking to make sure it doesn't escape on either side. Not too much. All right, so now you can turn it right side too. To turn it right side, you take your outer fabric, this is my outer fabric, and my pocket, and grab those two and bring it through. If you do it wrong, it's going to look wrong, but you can fix it. So long as you've started correctly. So, maybe. Nope, did it wrong. See, this is what you're not supposed to do. Okay, so now we have my outer, which is my little paper doll dressmaking fabric, my lining, which is the teal, and my pocket, which is the beige stuff. All right, so now what you're going to do is you're going to find your wire, and you're going to feel for it in there, and you're going to go inside and you're going to push it up. The wire is stitched onto the teal lining fabric. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but that's kind of important. And you're going to push it up, push it up, push it up. And then you're going to clip, all along the edge, both sides. And then you're going to straighten this out and you're going to clip so that you're rolling the outer fabric so the pretty only shows. And you're going to clip it and then you're going to press it. Just pop something in there. All right, so you press it from the front with your clips on here, rolling it in, press, 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 really good. Give it a good press, then press inside here, and then press inside there, so that it looks like a bra. After that's done, again, see, this is where I clipped it to hold it in place. This is where the wire is on this one. Now we're gonna set it to, I have my tabs inserted with my elastics. We're gonna just tack those in quickly, just the edge, to make sure they're in there secure. I'm gonna do the other side. Okay, now we're gonna start, and we're going to do a 3.5 stitch width, which is pretty wide, but we want to make sure we don't hit that wire. All right, so we're going to top stitch all the way around. I'm going to back tack a little bit, and this you're going to have to kind of do slowly. You want it to look good. So my 3.5 stitch, and then I have this running along the edge to make sure we have enough of a pocket for everything. Now I'm going to come here, and we're going to go over the stitch that we did to fold over that edge as best you can. Now we're going to do the wire area. I'm making sure I feel my wire. The 3.5 should be good enough if you've made your casing for your wire narrow enough. Okay, we're going back to that point where that stitching is. Encase it again to make sure the whole sides are closed. And then we back tack, and that's it. So you're done. Clip your threads, give it another press, and you're good to go.